Welcome back to the Voice Auto, your friendly stop for all things on wheels and all things wonderfully mechanical. Today we're diving into something that feels equal parts rugged adventure fantasy and practical future truck tech, the rumored 2026 Toyota Forest pickup. Now, let's set the record straight from the jump. Toyota hasn't officially announced a model called the Forest, but the auto world keeps buzzing about a potential new midsize or lifestyle truck slotting alongside favorites like the Tacoma. So imagine with me for a bit. Think of this as a sneak peek into what a near-future eco-adventure truck from Toyota could actually look like, based on their real design direction, real tech developments, and the real direction the market is heading. So what is the Forest pickup supposed to be? Picture a truck built for the person who wants to haul gear to a campsite one weekend, commute comfortably the next, and take the scenic route every time. It's not just raw power and aggressive stance, but a blend of utility, sustainability, and lifestyle versatility. This is the pickup for people who care about the outdoors because they actually go there. A concept designed to balance rugged capability with fuel-conscious engineering, a practical bed with sophisticated cabin tech, and real off-road chops with the comfort of a daily driver. You know how Toyota trucks are built with that long-life DNA. Now sprinkle in some priorities for the next decade: efficiency, hybrid tech, modular utility, and that signature Toyota toughness. Set the scene. You're walking up to this truck. First vibe, confident without trying too hard. Toyota has been leaning into chiseled lines lately, mixing sharp edges with muscular curves, and the Forest concept would absolutely run with that personality. Think a bold grille that isn't oversized just for show, but engineered to look assertive while improving cooling and airflow. Maybe a bronze or earth tone accent trim, because it's very outdoors core energy. LED lighting all around, with a slim headlamp profile that keeps things modern and a bit stealthy. Chunky wheel arches that could actually take some dirt, not just look like they could. Ground clearance that says, sure, I'll go over that rock, thanks, but still low enough to step into without needing a rope. The bed might come with built-in tie-downs, power outlets for tools or campsite setups, and a multi-function tailgate that folds, swings, and maybe even hides some slide-out storage. Toyota's been experimenting with smart practicality lately, and the Forest concept would be an obvious playground for that type of feature. Jump inside and you'd expect Toyota to keep that work meets weekend warrior balance. Durable materials that look upscale but are built to take muddy boots and climbing gear. Seats that feel supportive enough for long highway stretches, yet still make you feel ready to take a fun detour onto a Forest service trail. A digital instrument cluster with crisp graphics, paired with a large central touchscreen running Toyota's newer infotainment system. Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, over-the-air updates, maybe even a mode that turns the cabin into a command center for camping or emergency power situations. The mood lighting would probably skew warm tones to match the trail-friendly persona. In storage, expect clever slots, hidden compartments, and modular cargo bins. Toyota knows truck owners love functional space, and a future-forward lifestyle truck would lean into that big time. Let's talk performance, because this is where Toyota has been flexing lately. They've proven they're all-in on hybrid power for their trucks. The Tacoma hybrid setup already showed they're serious about blending efficiency with torque, and that alone gives us a strong hint at the Forest truck's beating heart. You'd likely see a hybrid powertrain, maybe a turbocharged 4-cylinder working with an electric motor to deliver that smooth, low-end torque trucks need for towing and trails. Possibly around the 300 horsepower zone, but the story wouldn't just be numbers. This truck would aim for real-world usability, confident acceleration, strong pulling power, and enough range to go exploring without constantly watching the fuel gauge. And yes, one thing Toyota trucks have always excelled at: reliability. No one wants to worry about a battery system in the middle of nowhere, so this hypothetical model would absolutely prioritize durability, temperature management, and smart battery packaging. Off-road capability would be a core part of the identity, too. Expect selectable terrain modes, crawl control for technical trails, descent assist, and a suspension tuned to soak up rocks and ruts while still being comfortable on the commute. Maybe a beefy skid plate setup, tow hooks, and an optional off-road package for the people who really mean it. That might include all-terrain tires, upgraded shocks, locking rear differential, and maybe even front lockers on a top trim. Toyota's been pretty good about giving truck fans real capability instead of watered-down adventure branding, and the Forest concept would need to stay true to that reputation. Key features aren't just tech and engine, though. For a truck aimed at eco-adventure folks, sustainability would play a big role. Maybe recycled cabin materials that actually feel premium, low VOC fabrics, solar trickle charging accessory panel options to power gear at a campsite, and an emphasis on being as efficient as possible without making compromises in capability. A truck that feels like it supports nature instead of hurting it. And because Toyota is leaning harder into safety tech, you'd expect full Toyota safety sense, adaptive cruise, lane assistance, collision mitigation, pedestrian and cyclist detection, blind spot monitoring, and maybe even a trail view camera system so you don't hop a rock straight into the unknown. So what about price? Based on current midsize truck pricing and Toyota's hybrid strategy, a fair estimated starting range for something like this would probably land in the low 40s USD for base trims, climbing into the 50s or even low 60s for feature-rich, off-road focused variants. That sounds like a lot, but considering the current market and Toyota's value retention, people would still be lining up. If this truck maintains Toyota's legacy for durability, dependable powertrains, and smart tech integration, plus offers the kind of lifestyle versatility today's outdoor-focused drivers crave, it would instantly carve out a sweet niche. Why would it sell? Easy. People trust Toyota trucks. They want capability without the headache of questionable build quality. They want efficiency but not at the cost of power or practicality. There is a growing wave of buyers who genuinely care about nature and love going off-grid but still want modern convenience. This imagined 2026 Forest pickup would hit that target like a dart in the bullseye. It plays to Toyota's strengths, speaks to modern adventure culture, and brings hybrid efficiency to a segment where it actually matters. Add in the undeniable resale value, dealership support network, and Toyota's reliability track record, and suddenly this truck becomes a no-brainer for anyone who wants to do more than just look outdoorsy on Instagram. This is a truck for hikers, campers, photographers, mountain bikers, weekend road trippers, and that friend who always volunteers to help you move because they genuinely enjoy hauling stuff. Bless that friend. Before we wrap, let's bring it back to reality. This truck hasn't been confirmed, but Toyota's direction makes something like it feel totally plausible. And honestly, sometimes imagining where the industry could go helps push the conversation forward. If Toyota ever does pull the sheet off a pickup aimed squarely at the nature-loving, tech-comfortable, adventure-first crowd, they'd be tapping into one of the most passionate buyer groups out there. You don't just buy a truck like this. You buy into a lifestyle, a mindset, a sense of capability, and a little spark in your chest that says, I could drive anywhere right now if I wanted. Alright friends, that's our deep dive dream build breakdown for the rumored 2026 Toyota Forest pickup. If you enjoyed cruising through this futuristic yet realistic truck fantasy with me, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell me what feature you'd want most in a next-gen Toyota adventure truck. Would you go hybrid? Do you think solar-powered accessories are the future? And be real, would you actually use all those outdoorsy features or would you just vibe in the Whole Foods parking lot looking rugged? Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss more explorations into the auto world, both real and imagined. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep driving, and keep exploring. This is the Voice Auto, signing off.